Sarah Hall, in town for the 5K on Saturday. Looking at my computer, I haven't seen any results. You know, it looks like the track season didn't quite go as well as you would have liked and stuff like that. What have you been doing since then, and what's next? What's the big goal?
Yeah, so I had an injury in June, and so I had to cut the track season short and let that heal. In July, my last race was the Peachtree Road Race, and so since I had no track season in the summer, I just kind of started building a big base, and I went to East Africa for almost 2 months and trained in Uganda, Ethiopia, and Kenya. So came back from that, and the last thing I've done is a low-key half marathon near my hometown. And that was last weekend, and so this will be kind of the first real competitive effort.
So how do you feel? Like, do you have a goal? Like, how's your fitness? Do you have any idea how you can do tomorrow or Saturday?
I mean, I don't think any of us have really been doing 5K training where we can really see our fitness with that. The half marathon felt a lot easier than I expected it to last week. So that was a good sign, I guess, just for like general fitness. But yeah, I hope to be able to just have fun and have a solid race like I did 2 years ago here. So yeah.
Right. And looking ahead to 2014, what's going to be the focus?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to do a competitive half marathon probably in December sometime. I've kind of seen this time period as a good time to maybe try a full marathon because it's an off year from track, and so I'd like to do indoor track, try to make my 4th World Indoor team this winter, and then after that, depending on how the half goes, maybe start training for a marathon.
Right. And how's it been? I mean, your husband Ryan had to pull out of the marathon. You guys were in Africa, so was he training there for a while? It sounds like you were training pretty well. How was his training going? And
yeah, unfortunately, he was feeling his hip at the time while we were in Kenya. He was running, but just like it was just taking a long time to calm down while we were over there, and so yeah, it was frustrating for sure. He had been going really well. Like, I just was loving watching his training, but I think just got a little too aggressive in the process, and he's definitely learned some things from it. It's hard being here, obviously, as he was planning to race, and having to pull out another year was definitely really, really hard. But he's out there doing a bunch of stuff and meeting runners and still being a part of the weekend. So he's looking forward to the next one and kind of just regrouping. So we're doing okay.
Yeah, it seems like it's almost adding insult to injury that he's got to. Is he here to support you? Is it for an ASICS thing or both?
Yeah, I mean, this is the biggest ASICS weekend of the year, so we've come the last 9 years straight, regardless of running. Yeah, supporting me is part of it, but yeah, I mean, it's a good chance to just interact with people from all over the world too, runners, and encourage them in their races.
Yeah. So. Does he get demoralized? I mean, this is like the 3rd or 4th straight marathon that he's had to pull out, or does he sort of bounce back pretty quickly?
Yeah, he does pretty well bouncing back. You know, like I think, yeah, it's the 3rd straight marathon, but I mean, injuries happen. People have been out. Meb has been out for that amount of time, probably longer before. Like, I don't think people realize how often the Kenyans are out for that long. Like, it happens when you're training aggressively at this level. So I think he's his biggest critic, and he's frustrated that it happened again, and has learned from it. But I think he's ready to move on. He's hopeful for the future, and just doing what he can control right now.
Right. Back to talking about you. So possible we run a marathon next year, but I guess it's hard to predict way in the future, but like 2015, 2016, we're going to go back to the steeple and try to make the Olympics and that. Like, what do you I know you don't know for sure, but like what do you think right now?
Yeah, it's really hard to know because like this half marathon I did basically as a workout last week, I ran a lot faster than I pictured, and it was pretty easy. So I don't know what my potential is in the marathon. Like you just have to try. Like I've seen people that run great halves that don't necessarily run great in the marathon either. It's a whole different animal. So that's what I'd like to try now, hopefully next year, and then I still stuff and not looking to give that up anytime soon. I think it'll make me stronger on the track. I've seen that with people too, so we'll see.
Right. Well, so what did you run last week in this race?
I ran 1:14, so it's 5:40 pace, which is challenging in practice. So I was kind of surprised that you get a little fresh or whatever, and you're able to do that. But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
All right. Good luck. Thank you.